One of the very positive things that did happen because of COVID this summer was how many people were exposed to the game of golf. I saw so many people at White Deer Run at the home of my golf school where people would come out on the range. I'm giving lessons, but I'm also observing people on the range, and I'm watching them top golf ball after golf ball, and I know these people haven't had any help. Golf looks so simple when you watch it on TV. We watch these members of the PGA Tour and the LPGA Tour hit these beautiful golf shots, and it looks so easy. They have put so much time into making it look so easy. Anybody who has taught the game of golf, I've been teaching it and coaching it for 40 years. I will tell you, I've seen so many people work so hard just to strike a golf ball. It seems so simple. The ball's sitting there on the ground. Why the heck can't I hit something that's not even moving in the air and make solid contact? And yet when we watch people, and you've experienced it, if you started the game of golf, you know how frustrating it is to top ball after ball and not make solid contact. So let's start with some things that'll help you get off to a good start. The first thing I want to tell you is putting your hands on the club correctly. There is nothing more important. It is the foundation of your game, how you grip the golf club. You know, I always like to talk about function before form. Now think of this, if you were going to hit a nail with a hammer, without even thinking about it, you would probably grip that hammer correctly because you're thinking about not how to grip it, but how to use it. If you're hitting a nail with a hammer, you have to hinge at your wrist joint. And whether you're right hand or the left hand, it's the same action. And virtually, that's the same action when you hit a golf ball. It's just the club is swinging backwards. So as I take the hammer back, if I made a golf swing with it, it would look something like this. It would hinge so that I could simply strike down on the nail or the golf ball. Now, what's the key to that function? The key is putting pressure at the top of the handle. And the way to do that is making sure that your lead palm is on top of the grip, and on top of that, your trail palm is also on top of the grip. When your lead palm is on top of the grip, you can push down and hinge the hammer up. It's the same with a golf swing. So if I grab a golf club and I make sure that my lead palm is on top of the handle and my trail palm is on top of the handle, when the club swings back, it can hinge up. Well, guess what? If it hinges up, it can strike down. That's paramount to you hitting a good golf shot. So here's a simple way to put your hands on the golf club. So here's some critical things that I see people do that are a mistake. Number one, people put the club in front of their body. And whenever you do that, you have to swing your arm around your body, and basically you end up usually putting the club in the palm instead of in the fingers. Here's the key. Let your arm rest in its natural hanging position. So just let your hand hang behind your hip joint, and then let the club or the handle of the club fall down into your fingers so your palm can rest on top of the handle. From there, without moving your arm, you should be able to push down on the handle and lift the club head up. There you've created a lever. That's the function I'm talking about. So when I push down on the golf club, I lever the club up. Now, once I lever the club up and get in this habit, instead of having the club on the ground, push down, lever the club up, so your hand is really at chest level so you can see what you're doing. It's much easier. And when I do another video on posture, I'm going to talk about why this is also important. But when the club is levered like this, I'm going to turn to the right. So basically, I want the shaft of the golf club at a right angle to your lead arm. Now, why that's key is this. It's pretty easy to put your trail hand on the club correctly when the shaft is at an angle. So if I bring my trail hand up, I'm going to preform my right hand so it fits onto that grip. You can see that if the shaft was like this, which a lot of times, if it's on the ground, it's already in a straight line, so it's really easy to misalign your trail hand. So if you lever it up, you have to put your hand on the golf club so it can create that lever. And here's the key again, in the fingers. Whether you interlock or overlap, or some people even use all their fingers, the key is make sure the grip is resting in your fingers. The lifeline of your lead palm gets right behind your thumb. It fits in there nice and snug. So now you can sit there and lever the club up and down, and when applied to the golf swing, now I can go back, create a lever, strike down, and go through the golf ball. When you can strike down on the golf ball, you can start to learn to hit solid shots. That's the first thing, how to grip the golf club.